Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, today's topic is going to be letting go of the past. And I know that sounds like a tall order, so I'll get to that in a minute. Let's take a couple of nice breaths. Good. Breathe in. Breathe in the confidence. Exhale the uncertainty. Breathe in the courage. Exhale the fear. Breathe in the peace. Exhale the noise and the static. So, letting go of the past. Well, first of all, I'm not convinced it's absolutely required. When I talk about letting go of the past, I mean letting go of some of the past crap, the bullshit, the stories, the beliefs that we picked up growing up and throughout our lives. The past hurts, the past traumas. Because we can definitely spend a lifetime looking in the rearview mirror at all the things that have gone wrong in our lives, whether it be our parents or siblings, our family, our friends, the bullies in school, the mean kids, all the mistakes that we've made that we're still judging ourselves for, even though it happened like 25 years ago. We can continue to look in the past and unfortunately judge ourselves in the present based on what happened in the past. Like I've said before, most of our self-image issues were given to us by other people. Then we go ahead and carry them through life. Most of our traumas are no longer happening. They are long gone. And all that they are is a memory. Not even of what exactly happened, but what we think happened in the past. And so when I say letting go of the past, I mean, how can you do that? Some people have a really tough time with that. If you're the one who struggles on how do I let go of the past, this mistake, this bad thing happened to me, that bad thing happened to me, that thing said to me, that thing done to me. How do you let go of that? I think there's a prerequisite to being able to let the past go, which is trying to figure out what was the lesson I learned from that experience. So I'll say this. The emotional charge from that past experience is not what's going to keep us safe moving forward. Getting the lesson from that experience and the knowledge and wisdom from that experience is what will keep us safe moving forward. A simple analogy, you've all heard stories or seen in the movies of a kid that is playing ball in his driveway. The ball bounces out into the street and he goes running out to chase it. So in this story, this analogy, the kid goes out to chase it and screeching tires, and he comes face to face with the grill of a truck. Panics, goes running back, towards his house, and his parents come running outside screaming at him. "What are you doing, you stupid idiot? Are you crazy? You're going to get yourself killed." And so, traumatic experience. And so, a couple choices. The kid could stay terrified of trucks for the rest of his life. Would that fear keep him safe moving forward through life? Maybe, but is that emotional charge every time he sees a truck, is it necessary? Is it helpful? No. The lesson that this kid can take away from that experience was, hey, dumbass, don't play in traffic, right? The lesson is what's going to keep him safe. He doesn't need the emotional charge. Same thing holds true with any past emotional trauma. So, let's say you were bullied in school. What's the message? What's the lesson that you can get from that? Well, typically people who hurt other people have been hurt themselves. So typically kids who bully others, probably getting the crap beat out of themselves at home, perhaps by parents or siblings or whomever. And it probably had nothing to do with you. It wasn't that you were a bad person. Just meant you were an easy target because they were bigger than you and they had a lot more anger inside of them and you didn't know what to do. It's hard as a kid to know what to deal with or how to deal with bullies. So the lesson there is, maybe it had nothing to do with me. Even if you were abused as a child by your parents, the lesson, it wasn't my fault. I was just a kid. I was just trying to survive and make it through. And maybe the lesson is, no offense to anybody, but maybe your parents were kind of messed up. Maybe it was based on the way they were raised. Maybe they were somewhat broken and not high functioning as parents. So the lesson that keeps you safe, at least, number one, it's no longer happening. And number two, it had nothing to do with you. You were just a kid. You didn't do anything wrong. And so, anytime you look back at a past experience, we don't need to hold on to the emotional charge. We can literally let go of the emotional charge and hold on to the lesson. The lesson is what keeps us safe. Let's say you were in a bad relationship and that person was very toxic and abusive and narcissistic and cruel. You don't have to hate the opposite sex for the rest of your life to stay safe. The lesson is, there was a number of red flags that I learned through that experience. I'm going to be a little bit more vigilant in looking out for those red flags. The lesson is, when somebody behaves this way, you probably don't want to date them or marry them. And so the lesson is what keeps you safe. You don't have to be fearful and hateful of the opposite sex for the rest of your life, or the same sex for that matter, to be inclusive. So my point is, the lesson is always what keeps you safe. And therefore we can let go of the past emotional charge. And when we do that, it becomes easier to stop ruminating on all of these past stories of everything that's wrong with us, that happened to us. You know, for anybody that's clinging to their trauma to say, yeah, but you don't understand, Dan. This happened to me. You don't get it. Look what I went through. And typically, with all the kindness and compassion I can muster, is, I understand that must have been awful. Is that still going on? If the answer is no, then I will suggest to you, maybe it's time to get the lesson from that experience and let go of the past. You're going to find life gets a lot easier if you can let go of the past crap and bullshit that we've had to deal with. And ruminating on something that happened weeks, months, years, decades ago doesn't do anything to keep us safe today. It just keeps us stuck watching a movie called My Screwed Up Past. And all it does is rob us of today in the present moment. So, letting go of the past, get the lesson from that experience, and then let go of the emotional charge. And when you learn to do that and practice doing that, you're going to find that you're going to spend a lot less time ruminating about all the bad stuff that's ever happened to you, and utilizing all that bad stuff that's ever happened to you as a crutch for holding you back now from what you are truly capable of and deserve. A great life. Not a stress-free, because stress is always going to be a part of life, but an easier life. A more self-compassionate and self-loving life. A more joyful life. That's what we all deserve. We deserve to smile. And sometimes it's really important to let the past go. And for anybody who's ever said, I don't know how to let the past go, hopefully this video gave you some ideas. Comment below. Let me know what you think. If you found this helpful, not so helpful, either way is good. So we'll talk to you guys and gals tomorrow. Love you.